Seniors, you may be seated. On behalf of the graduating class of 2017, I would like to welcome all family and friends to this prestigious occasion. I would like to take this time to thank all of those who have made our esteemed commencement ceremony possible. All teachers, administration members, parents, grandparents, friends, school board members, band members, and choir members. At this time, senior choir members, please prepare for your part in the program. I will also ask that the noise level be kept to a minimum, that no pictures are taken, and that all cell phones be turned off or on vibrate so that they do not interfere with the dignity of this ceremony or our wireless microphones. Thank you for cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present you with our final event as seniors of Boonville High School, Graduation 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, welcome guests. Please stand and honor our nation as the Boonville Select Choir members lead us in the national anthem. At the conclusion, senior band members, please join the rest of the band in preparation for their performance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? America, America, the brave.
Class of 2017, here we are. This is the day that we have been working towards since our first day in the halls as Boonville High School freshmen, and it has been quite the memorable ride. It has been said that one of the most bittersweet feelings is when you realize how much you are going to miss a moment while you are still living it. As I stand before my graduating class and hundreds of faces of family and friends in the bleachers of our home court, this proves to be true. Our class made a lot of history while we were here, whether it was our academics, band, choir, or athletics. On behalf of the graduating class of 2017, I can say that we have successfully made our mark. With that said, I have no doubt that each and every one of us is capable of achieving the same greatness once we step out of those doors as Boonville High School alumni. This morning, we honor the memory of a former classmate and friend, Hunter McDaniel, who passed away in a dirt bike accident 4 years ago. We also honor the memory of former student Skylar Robinson, who passed away in a car accident this past school year, as she touched many lives of all classes at Boonville High School. To my fellow classmates, I will leave you with one final piece of advice. Don't let fear keep you from living your life to the fullest. Our time is never guaranteed. From the famous words of the man, the myth, and the legend, Kenny Chesney, don't blink. Life goes faster than you think.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's both an honor and a privilege to welcome family and friends, students and alumni to one of the oldest continuous graduation ceremonies in the state of Indiana, Boonville High School's 143rd commencement exercises. I'd like to take a moment and welcome some special guests this morning. First, with us is Warwick County Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brad Schneider. Warwick County Board of School Trustees President, Mr. Tom Welch. Board Member, Mr. Tim Mosby. Board Member, Mrs. Dorothy Krager. Board Member, Mrs. Candace Nance. Board Member, Mrs. Linda Glover. Board Member, Mr. Jeff Baker. And Board Member, Ms. Brenda Metzger. Next, I'd like to introduce a few other people here at Boonville High School who make this morning such a special occasion. Assistant Principal, Mr. Willie Wilder. And Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Stacy Flamian. I'd also like to introduce Mrs. Julia Mays, along with 72 other faculty and staff members, senior class sponsors, program assistants, and custodians who came today to work this event and make this a great event for our graduates. Thank you very much. As our seniors' next chapter in their lives gets ready to begin, I'd like to recognize two members of our staff who will be closing their chapter in education. Retiring after 30 years in education is Mr. Jim Miller. And after 38 years, Mr. Jeff Yando. I'd also like to mention that again, this year, our commencement is being broadcast live via the internet. On the back of your program is the YouTube website link to visit, and you can pass that along to others. For those of you who are here, that will be available to see for several months in the future. And for those of you watching in Florida and Texas and the country of Switzerland, welcome to our graduation. Earlier this week, at our annual Senior Awards Night, almost $936,000 in scholarships and awards were bestowed upon many of our students. For all of our students who received awards at Senior Awards Night, I'd like to ask you to stand and to be recognized. You may be seated. I'd also like to recognize our senior class officers and thank them for the tremendous contribution that they have made to this program in organizing and planning the event. They are President Ariel Blankenship, Vice President Chloe Broker, Secretary Hallie Waters, Treasurer Christina Maple, and Historian Miss Jenna Winsett. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. There are a few other groups of students that we'd like to take time to recognize. They are noted in your program. The first group is our Indiana Core 40 diploma graduates, and I would like to ask these students to stand at this time and ask you to join me in recognizing our 102 young men who are ready, and women ready to go to college. Thank you. You may have noticed medallions some of our students are wearing this morning. These signify our Indiana Academic Honors and Technical Honors Diploma students. The medallions are provided by Old National Bank here in Boonville, and I'd like to ask you again in congratulating our 51 students who are graduating with academic or technical honors. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. A third group we'd like to honor are the National Honor Society members. They are identified by the white stoles they're wearing, and I'd like to ask these 45 students to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd also like to ask, actually 6 members, because one of them is already shipped out, but we have 7 students this year who have listed in the military. I'd like for them to stand and be recognized as well. Thank you. In one of his books, Charles Dickens wrote about the best of times and the worst of times. Over the years of their educational careers, the young men and women you see before you have certainly experienced this adage. Through the wins and the losses, through the thrill of championship events and the quietness of personal tragedies, the class of 2017 has weathered the storms of life, the winds of change, and are ready for the dawn of a brighter future for their commitment, dedication, and sacrifice. They have run the race and stayed the course and have kept the faith. Class of 2017, as you venture outside these walls to destinations close to home or far, far away, remember that there are people who have placed a great deal of time, effort, and energy into your success, and we continue to wish you the best. It is bittersweet to think of those efforts of the past 12 years are now over, and you're going on to make your mark in this world. Through these years, there have been times that have brought us to our knees in sorrow and pain, and other times that have brought us great joy and immeasurable pride in watching your accomplishments. To all of our seniors, Godspeed, good luck, and congratulations, class of 2017, on a job well done. And now I'd like to recognize and call to the stage our valedictorians and salutatorian. 4.0 valedictorians, Miss Hallie Waters and Miss Lindsay Wilson, and our 3.98 salutatorian, Miss Elizabeth Alexander.
First of all, I would like to say good morning to those of you who are here today. Thank you to both my mom and my dad for putting up with me all throughout high school. I know it has not been easy, but it has been full of many adventures. However, what I want to talk about is us. Our class of nearly 200 students. For 12 years, we have put up with one another, joked around, and started a minor protest here or there. We are all part of the class of 2017, of the same generation. After today, many of us will part from our friends and go along a different path. For some, that path and its end are already known to you. For others, you do not even know of where to take your first step. Whatever you decide to do, remember that your opportunities go beyond what you think them to be. To quote our former president, Ronald Reagan, each generation goes further than the generation preceding it because it stands on the shoulders of that generation. You will have opportunities beyond anything we've ever known. In other words, our parents' generation opened up new paths and opportunities for our generation to have a chance at. So journey along that new path. Take a risk for that opportunity, but just whatever you decide to do, be decisive about it. This is because, and to quote a part of my sister's senior quote, "The road of life is paved with flat squirrels who couldn't make a decision." So the moral of my speech for all of you to remember today is to not be a flat squirrel. Be decisive with what you do and stick with that decision till the end. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to be here with the class of 2017 today, not celebrating the termination of one chapter in our lives, but the commencement of another. Myself and all of my classmates seated behind me are flooded with memories, experiences, and relationships we have constructed here in high school. These last 4 years, we have sought our passions, found our hangout spots, met our best friends, mourned some unfair losses, and hopefully enjoyed the precious moments we shared as Boonville pioneers. Sitting in front of you today is the next generation. Everyone in the class of 2017 has the potential to achieve great things. We thought we got a break from tests for a few months, but the next one begins today. It is not open note, it does not come with bonus questions or test corrections. There is only one way to pass this test of life, by leaving this stadium one final time today, resolving to create the version of ourselves that makes our souls happy. The fantastic administration and faculty at Boonville High School have given us the knowledge we need to nourish our minds and prepare for excellence. But after we switch this tassel to the other side, knowledge is only beginning. I hope you all hold the old saying, knowledge is power, close to your heart, because this mantra will help us succeed in the upcoming years of our lives. Whether the next stepping stone in life is college, the military, or the workforce, there is knowledge to be learned, and my wish for my fellow graduates is for them to seek this wisdom. Rather than considering the hours after this ceremony is unknown, call it an adventure. To have the opportunity to pursue our endeavors in the manner that we choose is an adventure in itself. To have the opportunity to see new places, meet new people, love new things, and build new connections is a gift. After all, what is life without adventure? Entering our young adult lives, I challenge you to explore. One of my favorite quotes is one from Albert Einstein. It reads, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." If anyone knows me, they know my literal bike rides entail plenty of stopping points. However, I have always persevered. As a class, we have faced many situations where we easily could have quit pedaling. Yet we did not, and now we're about to begin our tour de life, and we just have to remind ourselves, never stop moving. If we leave today with goals, with the path in mind to follow, and we endure, we will see progress. That path could take you far away from the little town of Boonville or land you right back here in home sweet home. But if the path you chose was the path you wanted, you define success. A person very dear to me told me that life is so great because you have the power to create it. With this mindset, you will never find yourself regretting what could have been. The last 4 years I have shared with my classmates have been wonderful and sentimental, but after today, I'm elated to see the lives that they create. We leave today as alumni, so turn our eyes not back towards the what-ifs of high school, but forward towards the what-nows of tomorrow. Now we accumulate knowledge, now we revel in adventure, now we persist. We are the Boonville High School class of 2017, and we did it.
It is an honor to stand before you this morning as a member of Boonville High School's 143rd graduating class. Behind me are 204 unique individuals who have all achieved great things during their school career. Today, we walk out of the stadium as Boonville High School alumni, holding one of the most powerful things a person can have, an education. Knowledge is the key to success in this world. I cannot express with words how proud and thankful I am to come from such an amazing community. We are a community that encourages our scholars to learn and grow. To our teachers, parents, neighbors, and friends, you have given us irreplaceable memories and knowledge, and for that, I thank you. High school is an important time in our lives. It's all about figuring out who we are and finding success in the things that we value. Whether it's in extracurricular activities, the workforce, or academics, each of us has prospered in our own unique way over the past 4 years. For me, I've never been a class officer. I've never been a star athlete or a homecoming queen. I have a terrible singing voice, and I can only dream of getting a starring role in the school play. But I found my home in music and academics, and I'm exceedingly grateful for those experiences and the impact they have made on my life. And now, standing before you as valedictorian, I feel like I've won the big game or landed the leading role. Today is a day to celebrate all of our successes, but we can't be satisfied with our victories today when there are new battles to fight and mountains to climb tomorrow. Every day will bring us new challenges, but we must never quit fighting for our goals. As Mark Watney says in The Martian, at some point, everything is going to go south on you, and you can either accept that or get to work. When I look around the stadium, I see our future leaders. I see doctors, soldiers, businessmen and women, engineers, teachers, artists and musicians, pilots, hairstylists, nurses, construction workers, first responders, and so many more important roles in society. Class of 17, I encourage you to always be learning and becoming better at whatever you do. There is limitless potential on the floor today. So friends, let's get out there and make a change in the world.
It is an honor to be recognized for our academic achievement and devotion to learning.
This honor is even more special to us because we get to share it with each other.
We would like to thank our classmates for the wonderful memories and friendships we will always cherish, and our parents and teachers who have guided us along our journey. We couldn't have achieved this level of success without all of your support.
We hope that you have learned valuable skills at BHS that will help you on your own adventures.
Most of all, we encourage you to follow your passions and never give up on them. Class of 2017, we're proud of you, we believe in you, and we know you will do amazing things.
All right. Thanks.
Let wish and magic work its will in you. Make believe, make believe. Forget the calm that lies in disillusion dies. Make believe, make believe. Hold fast your dreams. Hold fast your dreams. Hold fast your dreams. Your heart keep one still secret spot where dreams may go. Hold fast your dreams. Hold fast your dreams. Within your heart one spot where dreams may go. Hold fast your dreams. Hold fast your dreams. Hold fast your dreams. Hold fast your dreams. Within your heart. Within your heart. Within your heart. Your heart.
Mr. Schneider, each individual sitting behind me has had a different experience while attending Boonville High School. Though we have all walked different paths, we sit here today with something special in common. Together, we have laughed, stressed, cried, tested, but most importantly, persevered. We, the class of 2017, have met the requirements of the Indiana Department of Education and the Warwick County School Corporation. We have spent the last 4 years preparing for today, and we now present ourselves as the 143rd graduating class of Boonville High School.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017. Lansing McKinley Hart Miller. Ariel Elaine Blankenship. Emma Marie Brocker. Jenna Elaine Winsett. Chloe Elaine Broker. Christina May Maple. Hallie Joe Waters. Alexis Haley Wilder. Braylon McKaylee Burdick. Reed Doyle Madden. Evan Blaine Adams. Keegan Tanner Fugate. Michaela Suzanne Smith. Cody James Ayers. Molly Ann Crow. Leah Page Bedsole. Sydney Eileen Cox. Madison Renee Crowley. Jeremy Michael Staley. Taylor Joseph Adams. Zach Austin Rickard. Remington Montana Holder. Ty Wyatt Darrington. Brandon Wayne Roy. Sydney Hean Orth. Caitlin Renee Harper. Yasmin Leanne Hust. Brooklyn Dawn Fisher. Jacob Dylan Hubbs. Kirsten Dawn Fisher. Alexis Victoria Bates. Julie Rayanne Apple. Skylar Shay Connor. Casey Nicole Felty. Sydney Claire Jaquis. Sarah Brianne Bloom. Alex Christopher Miller. Dylan Cruz Ariago. Madison Ray Jackson. Dawson Joe Dimmitt. Kyle Ray Humphrey. Cody Allen Huckleberry. Sarah Elizabeth Dawson. Casey Charlene Ellison. Kayla Marie Phillips. Jada Marilyn Notter. Carmen Gabrielle Jones. Brianna Nicole Acree. Jessica Marie Rorscheid. Grace Ann Reynolds. Autumn Marie Heller. Lauren Nicole Thomas. Michaela Ann Simon. Caitlin Marie Lehman. Hannah Michelle McClure. Sarah Elizabeth O'Brien. Bethany Ann Fingston. Kyle Jacob Burgess. Brianna Renee Nicole. Sorry. Hunter Levi Fark. Samuel Michael Shaughnessy. Madeline Ann Horam. Jasmine Rochelle Weisgerber. Ethan Scott Selby. Jess Truex Bass. Sorry. Brian Michael Isaac. Mark Tyler Graves. Douglas Dwight Burke. Dalton William Baggett. Brooke Taylor Devine. Eli Matthew James. Kalen Michael Bichelle. Justin Daniel Bichelle. Dashanae Grace Moore. Madison Nicole Schuler. Robert Allen Wilson III. Gabriel Lee Barker. Tyler James Simpson. Kobe Harris Wilson. Caleb Tyler Beard. Jacob Andrew Boren. Jacob Aaron Hughes. Matthew Douglas Holly. Alexander Joseph Thorne. Tyler James Baker. Haley Lynn Thomason. Brooke Mackenzie Miles. Madison Lynn Scamahorn. Jamie Elizabeth Jolly. Elizabeth Gale Carter. Sophia Grace Calloway. Cody Lee Stepro. Sheardon David Stepro. Keith Allen Miller. It's okay. Tyler Matthew Johnson. Stacy. Sarah Catherine Alexander. Elizabeth Marie Alexander. Evan Foster Barnett. Lindsay May Ching Wilson. Amber Renee Latham. Hannah Lee Brown. Shelby Nicole Grimm. Rayanne Marie Burdette. Tristan Hunter Whalen. Eric Noah Ungatine. Tyler Chesley King. Zachary Connor Willis. Okay. Matthew Ryan Holder. Dalton Mikhail Titzer. Lauren Olivia McBride. Allison Amber Fellows. Cole Bunner Henrich. Emma Rose Parker. Danielle Lacey Rue. Karina Yepez Mosqueda. Kelsey Ann Fortune. Taylin Paige Brandenberger. Jaylyn Rose Williams. Brooklyn Chastity Underwood. Tiffany Dawn Goldman. Madison Jane Gibbs. Megan Riley Shafredo. Dylan O'Neill Galloway. Madison Grace Hillenbrand. Cameron Christopher DeWitt. Lucas Ray Buffkin. Max Derek Drysdale. Rylan Keith Sampson. Jacob Logan Wingy. Camden Davion Cartwright. Christian James Wampler. Austin Jacob Terry. Tristan Melvin Todd. Katie Lynn Underhill. Ivana Lee Waters. Jordan Lynn Scarborough. Michaela Marie Johnson. Chelsea Paige Fisher. Jacob Alexander Warren. Dakota Mason James. Ethan Michael Bevan. Jacob William Jet Schaefer. Tristan Kirk Holtz. Nicholas Daniel Locke. Andrea Lynn Dowdell. Sierra Autumn Ebley. Twyla Marie Lee Barnes. Morgan Elizabeth Beavers. Jasmine Christine Frederick. Allison Hope Washburn. Cassidy Lee Hurt. Allison Nicole Franz. Ruthie Jean Crabtree. Hannah Bryn Hale. Sabrina Nicole Ellison. Carrie Elaine Teeter. Travis Wayne Bullington. Bailey Clinton Payne. Jacob Luther Stevens. Tristan Galahad Fortune. Natasha Gail Curtis. Kaylee Renee Flathers. Alona Maylin Krantz. Mystic Ray Stevens. Trey Matthias Melton. Avery Davis Gardner. Cameron Edward Lance. Justin Wyatt Elkins. Gavin Christopher Carter. Noah Ray Ashley. Nathaniel Christian Montel Kellums. Gareth Michael McCutcheon. Brianna Rochelle Crowan. Jacob Todd Cook. Cody Ray Langford. Brett Christian Sheldon. Stephen Douglas Adams. Dakota James St. Clair. Logan Sean Hales. Jonathan Luke Harris. Cody Allen Hayes Ungatine. Connor Paul Jeffries. Jacqueline Renee Evans. Lacey Jane Hart. McKenna Marie Finnerton. Nellie Louise Parker. Robert David Wood III. Tyler Brian Wilson. Brittany Nicole Waters. Emerson Rose Reynolds. Ladies and gentlemen, your graduating class of 2017.
Graduating seniors, I'd like to congratulate each of you for completing your high school careers at Boonville. You are the 143rd class to graduate from Boonville High School and now join more than 18,007 other Boonville graduates. Will the class of 2017 please rise? It is my duty and privilege as superintendent of the Horry County School Corporation to announce to this class, to all present, and to all who shall in the future inquire about your attainment, that you are graduates of Boonville High School, class of 2017. Congratulations.
My fellow students, we arrived here 4 short years ago, and it's already time to leave. How did it all go so fast? It seems like only yesterday we were freshmen fighting with the locks on our lockers, trying to figure out where our next class was, and looking generally clueless to all the upperclassmen. Now we are the upperclassmen, the seniors who stand here ready to graduate and move forward in the world. Yet, at this moment, we can't help looking back. How do we measure the time we've spent in high school? In the beginning, we measured it in class periods, counting down the days to eventual freedom. As the days, weeks passed, we measured it in semesters, and later in years, as we moved from the beginning of being those clueless freshmen to becoming sophisticated sophomores who thought that they had it all figured out. By the time we reached our junior year, we were confident that we were prepared to take on our last year at BHS. As the year full of laughs began, we found ourselves splitting between those who were ready to get out and those who didn't want it to end. As the year flew by, we made our final memories at Boonville High School. We have spent the last 13 years together, but today is the start of our journey apart from one another. We have been prepared to make our mark on the world, and we are ready. Just remember, as Omid Kordestani says, in life, you make the small decisions with your head and the big decisions with your heart. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Boonville High School class of 2017. After 4 years of memories, our time has finally arrived. The only remaining task before us is to move our tassels as a symbol of moving on to the next chapter of our lives. Please join me in the last ceremonial act of the class of 2017.